They got a big time prospect in return for him, Wilson Ramos from the Twins. So you think that's pretty much Pudge, Aaron Heron right there? I mean, you think that guy might work out?
Yeah, he'll work out. I mean, he should work out because Will Nieves, the young catcher they have under Pudge now, isn't fit to carry a pitching staff. This guy played for the Twins when Joe Mauer, they called him up when Joe Mauer was hurt in May, and he hit 296. So he threw, and I think in the minors his percentage in terms of throwing base stealers out was 43%. So this guy here has potential to be a front of line, top notch catcher.
Made room for Drew Storen. That's all that mattered, dog. For real. Caps, that was a good trade. I like keeping Dunn because Dunn doesn't want to be a designated hitter in the American League. Everybody thinks he does. And the Yankees, they were pursuing him hard. And the Rays. I'm sorry, I was going to say Devil Rays.
But like you said, though, it made room for Storm, but it works both sides, though. You get a closer, a young closer, and you get a young catcher, and you're gonna have a young pitching staff. So all that goes hand in hand. You'll have the catcher who can call a good game and a good ace in Strasburg to work with it. So it all goes on hand in hand.
Well, speaking of Adam Dunn, earlier what you said, Ray, word on the street is pretty much he's been put on waivers for anyone pretty much out there who want to pick him up and have him on their team. If he does get picked up, you think he'll be beneficial for certain teams? And who do you think might pick him up if he does get picked up since they put him out on waivers?
Since being on waivers, it probably, I'm looking at a team more like the Chicago White Sox since they didn't make a move in terms of getting that power bat in the lineup. Because I don't know why they didn't trade him during the trade deadline. I think the Nats were asking for too much. I think they were asking for number one prospects, and Adam Dunn only warrants the secondary level prospect.
Mike Rizzo knew what he was doing. I'm thinking Boston. You keep Ortiz at first. You put him in at DH. He doesn't want to play DH.
He doesn't want to play DH.
But he would be good on Boston.
I'm going to go totally left field here. I think the Phillies might pick him up. Ryan Howard is injured. Ryan Howard's a first baseman. Adam Dunn doesn't want to play DH, and he provides the power while he's out.
You know why that won't work? Because eventually Ryan Howard's going to come back,
Yeah, that's
and
the
then
only
you have
reason why
no
he can't.
room for Adam
He
Dunn.
can't be. And
You're not going to bring Adam Dunn off the bench just to pinch hit once every few games.
And in terms of the Red Sox, there's no chance for Dunn to go to the Red Sox only because Kevin Youkilis plays first base, and Big Papi's a DH.
True, that's true. I didn't think about that, and I wouldn't think he would go to Philly. They wouldn't trade him in the division.
I think Adam Dunn's tune about that DH thing will change when he goes to an American League team and they're winning and everyone's hitting. I think his tune about being a DH will change real quick because he'll realize I can make a lot more money staying a DH and play a lot longer than me standing to the National League playing first base. In a position where he pretty much struggles at. He's not a natural first baseman.
But sometimes, a lot of times, when you put a player on waivers, no one picks him up. So he'll be. I think he'll finish the season with the Nationals. It's going to be up to the Nationals to try to keep him, because if they don't keep him, then it's just a waste.
Let's make that wire move up to Baltimore for some chicken boxes and half and half. Buck Showalter is about to be the manager for the Orioles. I think he makes his debut tonight. I mean, me personally, I think he should have made his debut next season instead of pretty much at the end of a season with no coaching staff, anything like that. I mean, what do you guys think about Buck Showalter going up to Baltimore?
To me, I think this is the craziest hiring. Because, one, Buck Showalter Showalter, whatever, man, whatever. He was able to delay his start as the manager so he could take a week vacation in Spain.
Wouldn't you? If I got a new job, I tell him, I need like 3 weeks. I'm working on a project to get that little extra week off.
I just don't. I think it's crazy that the Orioles would let him do this. Secondly, I think that he would much prefer to start November when the season is over, so he can bring in his own staff, and basically there's no blood on the walls on his hands.
I think right now he's just going to get a feel for the team and what type of talent he got, and he's going to realize the cupboard's pretty much bare.
No, basically the Orioles.
A
lot of their young prospects have gone backwards.
Only who?
Adam Jones
hit 276 with 14 home runs. That's a decent year for a young player. I mean,
he hasn't shown the progress that he's shown in the past.
I mean, Last year was only his best year was last year. His All-Star.
Don't forget, you're also you're more than just a fan. You're also an analyst. So
I'm an analyst. I'm gonna
just
be
keep-
real.
just
No,
keep
I'm
it
gonna be
right
real.
there.
Now, but let me tell you. I mean, the Orioles are desperate. They've been a bad organization. Period. They haven't had a manager
Since Davey Johnson.
Yeah, it's Davey Johnson, correct.
They also
all the
haven't had
managers,
major talent since.
No, all the managers they've had haven't had any experience before since Davey Johnson. Any managerial
Dave
experience.
Tremblay.
You know, but he didn't have any managerial experience in terms of the majors. Buck Showalter has one in New York, has one in Texas, has one in Arizona. So at least the Orioles are getting a proven commodity in Buck Showalter.
But you need some pieces on that field. And right
The
now,
Orioles,
they
if
don't
you look,
have a lot of
if you
pieces.
rank now, if you look on Scouts.com, you'll see that the Orioles, a lot of their talent is ranked in the top 100, proving they do have talent.
All right, that's ranking. Talent.
I'm just
also
telling
needs
you,
to transition
I'm just
over
telling
to
you,
the
the
field.
Devil Rays were the same way in terms of their talent, and eventually it got to where it had to get to. It has to get where it has to get there first. You have to give it time to work. Like I said, the Orioles have Nick Markakis, who's a budding all-star. Adam Jones, who's a budding superstar. They have their pitching staff their pitching staff have young, good arms. They're on the come up. I'm
How
sorry.
old do you think Nick Markakis is?
Nick Markakis is 25.
Hey,
That's not old.
That's young.
don't forget about Pie.
Oh, PA.
I know it,
Felix
man.
PA.
It don't matter.
Like I said, the Orioles in terms of young talent. They're not far away.
I love
They're not
Pie.
far away.
Apple.
How far away you think they are? 'Cause you know, while you're a gambling man, I'm willing to put a bet down right there. That next season they'll be in the same predicament.
and next season they'll have a better record than they do this year.
The only way they can go. I mean,
I'm telling you,
they
next
suck right
season
now.
they'll be battling for 500.
Oh man, too much talk about the Orioles.
Go ahead and pass that wall. I need a hit of that.
No, I'm telling you, 500. You heard it here first.
But we about to leave Baltimore right now. Some people are upset. Some people are neutral. I don't drink the Kool-Aid in Baltimore. I drink the tea. But let's talk about the Washington Wizards.
The T. What the hell?
You don't get the half? Oh yeah, you don't even like going up there. Don't worry about it. The Wizards, they keeping Josh Howard. I think that was a pretty solid move for him. I mean, it gives him actually a legitimate player.
I mean, at the price, it was a bargain. I mean, for $4 million for 1 year, you get a guy who's a former All-Star coming off a knee injury. The Wizards have a young team. He definitely can play a vital role in helping to revitalize the Wizards organization.
How's he play in terms of the starting lineup? Who starts, him or Thornton?
I would probably go.
I'll go with Josh Howard.
I go with Josh Howard if he's healthy when the season starts, but most
Thornton-
likely he won't be. So Thornton will probably start.
I'm
at the
going
beginning
with
of the
Thornton.
season.
Thornton brings you more energy and maturity. Not I smoke weed on the radio. Come on now.
But I mean, if he's healthy and he's back to All-Star form, like Will said, it's a steal.
No
so
doubt.
Their five is going to be who? What? Shoot 'em up Gilbert in the backcourt with Wall. Who's going to be in the front court?
It'd probably
Blanche,
be
McGee.
Blanche, not
Man,
Blanche.
who's really going to be a goal?
Go to girls.
Blanche.
Betty White at the three?
If it's Al Thornton or Howard, and I guess McGee.
McGee. Yeah, McGee was an All-Star in the
Summer League.
League.
They called his name out. Ray sent me an email saying he weighs, what, 252?
McGee starting?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, they already said he's going to be a
JaVale's
starting
gonna start.
center going into the
I
season.
mean, who would start over him?
Nobody. That's a bad state, I guess. JaVale McGee. All right.
His confidence might be boosted. He was able to get cut from junior team USA. And,
Oops and dunks. That's hey, I guess.
but it is what it is. But that's our local news for you guys. When we come back from the commercial break, we came up with something brand new. We got a few ideas from what Ocho Coon's doing with his little bracket. We got our own bracket for women that, you know what, I know I can pull. The ones on Ocho Cinco, I probably can't pull them. I got a regular job. As Michael Scott would say, I get paid by the year. So when we come back from that commercial break, we're going to show you guys our bracket.
Hi, this is Wally Akinso from the Urban Sports Scene. Earlier today, I had a sit-down interview with Jim Gray, which focused on a hard decision that I had to make.
How many people know your decision right now?
In all realness, Jim, that's a dumbass question. I should smack your ass right now.
One hand or two hands?
If you keep playing, I'm gonna smack you with two hands.
When did you decide?
The idea of me smacking you came about 30 seconds ago.
You still a nail biter?
Don't worry about my nails. They won't be in the way when I smack you. Don't worry about it, all right?
Well, you've had everybody else biting their nails, so I guess it's time for them to stop chewing.
Jim, if I was you, I wouldn't worry about everybody else.
The answer to the question everybody wants to know. What's your decision?
I smacked Jim Gray.
That was the conclusion you woke up with.